So we're gonna talk a little bit about just like developmentally, why, kind of how this comes about. So we're gonna be talking about like pivot prone. So you can see like babies when they start first doing tummy time, they're gonna kind of go pinkies first, and they're gonna kind of get that full pronation of the forearm, external rotation of the shoulder itself, and then you're gonna get that little bit of like posterior depression of the shoulder blade. So initially, how we start learning that as babies, we rely on that tension through all that connective tissue coming all the way back and spiraling there, and then eventually get like a little bit of irradiation. The nerves along that path keep on firing, get build up a little bit, and then eventually we get that clicking and shoulder blade locks in. And then once we've kind of got that down, then the shoulder blade, when we start that motion, it's going to start from the shoulder blade, and then everything will tension up and come up. So we're going to work on building that tension first, and then just getting some holds here, and then we're going to work on kind of making it a little bit more dynamic. So I'm going to show it on the ground, but starting sitting up is actually a little bit easier. Change a little bit, you're not getting exactly the same muscle pull, but you're getting the same motion. So we want to think first, it's what are we going to do first? And so about 40% of all of our neurological energy comes from visual system. So we can direct the visual system, come do a little extension, everything else will follow. So we start here, we look up, bring the pinkies up to the ceiling, wrist a little bit of elbows, and then we just lift up and try to hold here. We should feel nothing in the neck. It should be mainly in between the shoulder blades. We're just working on holding that there. Legs can come up a little bit. We want to think more. It's not doing like a hollow up like this. A little bit of that, but we're thinking more just upper body. And you almost press pelvis into the ground a little bit. Just make sure rib cage is not just popping up. You're not saying, man, I gotta vacuum this floor. A lot of Layla hair coming up on me. So start there, and just seeing, you can always pretend like you're like, I like to think it's like your mind stuck in the doorway. So we're gonna be doing it here, just get that feeling, think, okay, we're in that same position. We can't break that plane. We come up, but more importantly, down without popping the rib cage up. Let's get used to doing some holds there. Then once you feel really confident being able to get that hold and that, okay, I've got all the sensations I'm looking for, it's gonna pretend like you're a baby, and what they do, they reach for things. So we come up, head, pinkies, spiral up, and then we reach, and as we reach one side, the other side is gonna be pulling down. So they're always kind of doing the opposite. So we get that kind of folding of the rib cage, a little bit of rotation coming through. And we can just feel those shoulder blades having to work. And I can just pretend like there's something there. I'm going to grab my phone and just get used to doing some tummy time.